Previously on X-Men.
Geminites, mount up. We're back at you with another statue unboxing and review. This time we have the XM Studios Storm, so stay tuned. As you can see, we got number 123 out of, I believe, 450, based on XM Studios' new business model of made to order. If you don't pre-order it during that window, that's it. I'm very excited. I love when I get a Spider-Man or X-Men piece that I can build these walls with. You know, I'm kind of going for a theme. Spider-Man and his villains, X-Men, that whole universe. So they're always keepers for me. If it's an X-Men piece, until a better one comes along of the same character. So let's get Storm open, see how she looks, and yeah. Actually, looking at the box on the bottom, it's number 123 out of 420. Nice. All right, so you see what's back. Everybody cried over the Scorpion not having the assembly book. All right, looking good. That's that. And the art print. That's a nice looking print, y'all. And they took out the not for resale thing that was on the art print. That was kind of whack. Who's really selling the prints anyway? Alright. That's enough of that. Let's take a look here. Nice piece of luggage. So XM gives us a long Storm bio on the box. I'm not going to read all that. We'll do our own little bio once we get her unboxed. Alright, so let's get a bird's eye view. Take off these straps. Alright, the first layer is the hands, cape, arms. Then we have the base, which is huge. Another piece of the base here. Because one of the portraits. Damn, this is the first time I think I've ever seen something come broken from XM. Piece of her hair, looks like. Oh, there it goes. This portrait's got a lot of hair, man. All right, so let's take a look at the pieces that are in the top layer. All right, so that's a piece of the cape. Another piece of the cape. I guess there's two cape options. And we got the arms here. And we got hands. Nice manicured hands. All right, now that we have all the pieces of Storm out on the desk, let's go ahead and assemble her. All right, so the tornado is way bigger than I thought it was going to be. Got some like little residues in it. Got one stubborn piece of styrofoam, man. So that kind of sucks about the hair on that one portrait, a little bit broken off, but I'm sure XM will make it right. So let's look at the assembly book. Okay, so that's what I kind of was thinking. We'll put this other piece of wind in first. Okay. Then let's get Storm in there. Okay, so the hands facing down. Go with the down cape and this head. Alright, so you're supposed to do the cape before the arms. All right, so this is position A. I think this is a really cool pose. She looks almost out of her mind, but you can see with somebody who has that much power how they would be like almost drunk with power. She can control the elements, and it's going to be a really good look if you have to pose this down on the bottom of your display somewhere. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll pose it down there in the bottom next to Jubilee. Maybe I'll put her on the top with the other pose. So let's just spin her around. Let's take a look at how she looks with this, because it's kind of a pain to switch everything out, man. Alright guys, so there we have Storm all assembled on her alternate pose, which is probably the one that I'm going to keep her in. I do like the other one, but I don't know. Maybe I'll switch them around. It's nice to have the options. Anyway, before we get into the review, Storm, her real name is Ororo Munroe. She first appeared in 1975 in the issue Giant Size X-Men #1 as part of the brand new X-Men team, which included Colossus, Nightcrawler, Wolverine, Thunderbird, and she's extremely powerful. She has led the team on a couple of occasions. Even had to fight Cyclops for it one time. Became popular in the 1990s animated series, most notable for yelling at nature.
Storm yelling at nature.
Rain, wind, lightning, rain, lightning, thunder!
Has also been married to Black Panther in the comics, so that would be an interesting dynamic if they can make that happen in the movies. It would be a good way to bridge the two franchises with Avengers and X-Men. All right, that's enough of that. Let's get into the review of the Storm statue. So the Tornado weather base, it's got a lot of mass to it. It's pretty big. It's got a lot of twirling gusts of wind. There is one piece that for whatever reason, I guess it was too small, and it was separated, and it does have a nasty seam. I almost wonder if it was really even worth it. They could have just did something else there, but it's just painted with different shades of gray, 50 shades of gray. But it looks really good. I do like the sculpt of it. It looks like a little mini tornado, and it really showcases what her mutant powers are. Getting into Storm, she has a nice long body. The foot pegs into the inside of the tornado well. And I like the contrast of color. So she has these light gray boots, thigh-length boots. Looks like some 6-inch heels. And the boots have a nice leather texture. Some good little design as far as like a seam that separates the shoe part from the leg part. Goes up to her torso where she does have a little gold belt that goes up one side to the top right of her torso. They do have a nice little design in the midsection here with a different texture and a slightly, different color gray to really separate the costume. You get 2 sets of arms, 2 capes, 2 heads. This one, she has, the cape is more flowing in the wind. The capes are made out of a slightly different material. I think it's PVC, or no, some other material that XM mentioned. But it's not cold cast polystone like the rest of the statue is. I like the design on her back. You can see, her back through her costume. The arms are okay. A little bit of baggy arms like she's known for having. The portraits look really good. I love the whited out eyes. I love the hair. It looks like Medusa or something, man. Like there's so many different strands flowing. More so in this portrait than the other one. I guess because this one, the wind is moving with her. Yeah, I'm not really a fan. It has a pretty strong seam on the collarbone there. But I think the paint looks good. I know the skin tone was an issue because depending on the lighting, when we saw it at certain conventions, it looked really dark, it looked light. It came out pretty light, I would say here, but it looks good. Got some red lipstick. I noticed that they changed the color of her nails too. I think they were red in the prototype and such, but they're silver now. It's not without its flaws, but I think overall the sculpt is incredible, especially Storm, her body. I mean, they sculpted the heck out of that. And the base has a good sculpt. So yeah, I mean, it has its little issues as far as seams and such. I got a couple little breakages on this portrait. One of them I glued back and I can't even find where it was. And then I found another little break. I'm surprised they were able to ship with these earrings attached and not break. It seemed pretty fragile and hang out in the open there. Oh, there's where I glued it. Yeah, but I really do like this portrait, man. The screaming portrait. Like, she's really crazy. She's really lost it. And I like that in my heroes. So the differences between this pose and the other one. So in this pose, it has 2 arms pointing down with 2 hands palm down. And you loop them into her cape with these gold bracelets, which was like a last-minute engineering thing that XM did. The magnet on the head is extremely strong. I would almost say be careful putting it on because you let it go, it might snap right on you, right? Kind of does have some seams here, and I think maybe that's just hard to hide with a white costume. I don't know. You got a pretty pronounced seam across the collarbone, under the arms, and kind of where the cape comes out of. Not a big deal. I mean, it's noticeable, but just thought I'd point it out. Anyway, that's all I got for Storm. I'll probably end this with some nice pictures. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Drop me a like on the way out. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more daily content, including statue unboxing and reviews, but a lot of other things as well. And you guys stay minty fresh. Peace.